Tonight is the full moon in Scorpio, and I am getting ready to go to the ocean and just listen to the waves crash and sit in the moonlight and just really be present in the moment. Full moon energy is all about releasing what no longer serves you. And then it's an eclipse full moon, and that makes the energy that much more intense. This is also the first full moon since my father died. So I feel like it is going to be the start of a lot of shifts and changes within my life. A lot of things have already been happening for the last few weeks, but I feel like this is really going to be a major turning point for the rest of my life in a positive way. And I was driving to work yesterday, and I was thinking about the people in my life that have hurt me the most. And I was thinking about forgiveness. And I was thinking that I am so grateful to those people that broke my heart over and over and who hurt me, because it's made me who I am today. The fact is, hurt people hurt people. And the people that have been the most difficult in my life and the most toxic are people that have been tortured their entire life. Which brings me to narcissism. It is a fact. It is a thing. I had narcissistic parents. Now, to what level and degree, we don't need to go into all that. But the point is that you have to forgive. And because of their unhealed parts in the lack in their own life, when they had me, that came to me as their child, right? So then I was lacking all the things they were lacking, and on and on and on. So my parents were my greatest teachers, but there's one specific person that has been the most toxic and the most abusive person in my life. And she is just a really tortured soul. And when I think about her, I don't even get angry anymore. I am just grateful that she was in my life, because if she had not been in my life with all that negative, toxic energy, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I genuinely mean that. I have love for her. I always will. But because of her unhealed things, she projected a lot onto me, which impacted my whole life. And I'm finally at a place in my life where I'm just grateful for the experience, because once you realize things aren't being done to you, they're being done for you. That is a very powerful thing. Life is difficult. No one said it was going to be easy. But when you can change the perspective and the narrative of the things that have happened to you, no matter what they are, it changes your perspective on everything. So I was driving to work yesterday, and it just came in like a lightning bolt that she and I are really a lot alike. We both just wanted to be loved by the same person. And granted, the dynamic is a family dynamic. We still, at the end of the day, wanted the same exact thing. We just wanted to be loved and to be a priority. And it caused a rift between us that is 35 years long, probably more than that by now. And a lot of anger and a lot of resentment. And yesterday I was thinking about her and how grateful I am for the many things that she was in my life. Mostly negative, but there were some positives. And how, kind of like my dad, you don't want bad things to happen to people. So just because she was this negative, toxic, horrible person in my life, I would never wish anything bad on her. In fact, I wish nothing more than for her to find peace and to find healing in her life. I would love that for her, but it is her journey, not mine. but she was an imperative part of my journey and my growth and who I've become, and I am grateful for that. So I ask you to think about those people in your life that have been very difficult, that have caused you pain and heartbreak, and look at the story of the situation and try and think about them, maybe as a child. What did they go through and what did they survive that made them feel like they had to be like that all the time to just survive in the world? Because it is. Narcissism is a survival skill. It does not excuse it. It does not make it right. But it is a survival skill for those that have been tortured and hurt in their lives. So just stop and think about whoever that person, the most difficult person in your life. I'm sure we all have them. And if you can find the gratitude and the pain they caused you and the appreciation because of who you are today that they helped you become, I encourage you to do that, especially with this full moon energy. And I encourage you also to journal. If you can do a salt bath, a sea salt bath with some lavender, just release all that stuff that's no longer serving you and is holding you back from a future of limitless possibilities. Have a great night.